Well, parts of the Georgia grand jury final report into Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election in Georgia have been released, and we're getting some information on that. Not all of it, and we don't know yet if criminal charges are coming against Trump specifically. But one of the interesting things about this is as follows here from Yahoo News. A special grand jury that was investigating the efforts by Donald Trump and his allies to overturn the results of the 2020 election recommended that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis seek indictments for potential perjury by some of the witnesses called to testify. So we'll get some more of this, but again, we're still waiting on specifically for the action of attempting to overturn the results in Georgia and interfering in the election process there. That is outstanding, but what is being recommended from the excerpts we've gotten from this to District Attorney Fani Willis is that individuals who were a part of this, who testified, be charged with perjury for lying under oath during this process. Continuing, selected portions of what appeared to be a surprisingly brief 9-page grand jury report were released Thursday under an order issued this week by the judge. The much anticipated release provided few new details about what the special grand jury uncovered. The bulk of the report, including the identity of the witnesses suspected of perjuring themselves, remains under wraps, while Willis continues her own investigation and decides whether to seek criminal charges against one or more of her targets, including the former president. And we'll get to here looking at the actual report itself, and I'll highlight one of the interesting aspects in addition to the recommendations of prosecution on perjury. The grand jury heard extensive testimony on the subject of alleged election fraud from poll workers, investigators, technical experts, and state of Georgia employees and officials, as well as from persons still claiming that such fraud took place. We find by a unanimous vote that no widespread fraud took place in the Georgia 2020 presidential election that could result in overturning that election. So, two big takeaways. Individuals, according to this report, perjured themselves and should be prosecuted for it. And then also, one of the things Trump always says about the January 6th Select Committee is they didn't look into all the widespread fraud and they should have focused on how the election was stolen. And they addressed, of course, the reason why that was not the focus of the January 6th Select Committee. Instead, his attempts to stay in power is because those claims were baseless, and they had people come during the hearing and make that quite clear. But here, they went through and looked into that. And their takeaway is there wasn't widespread voter fraud, as we've known for a long time now, but we're going to explicitly put that in this report as well, which I think matters. So a lot of stuff heating up for Trump, and we are just around the corner if criminal charges are indeed coming out of Georgia from those becoming known that will be taking place from District Attorney Fani Willis, and we will be covering it all. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get the full bonus show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley. Link in the description.